Hello, welcome to the Hard Cam Wrestling Podcast right here on YouTube and Podbean. It is Survivor Series 2020, and I'm here for predictions, joined by Nick the Twin Towers and Ryan Palmer. How are you both doing tonight?
I am good. Thank you very much, lads. Let's get this done.
5x5, let's go.
It's Survivor Series. What do you lot think of the show going into it?
It's what it is, isn't it? I'm sure there'll be some good matches. Doesn't really make much sense this year, given that the brand splits or the drafts just happened.
Exactly, same sentiments here. It's like, why do any of them care about what brand they're on? They've only just joined that brand. But hey ho, here we are. There's no stakes to it.
You need to add stakes to the Survivor Series.
They should go and have it like the winning team controls Raw or SmackDown, like a week. Like they did it years ago when like Maven and Jericho or Angle or Benoit or those guys, that team won, and each week one of them got to control Raw.
Banging idea. That's exactly what they should do. Someone gets number 30 in the Royal Rumble or something.
Yeah,
like
what I did on my 2K19 universe mode was the winner of Survivor Series, that brand will get the last 7 of the last 10 Royal Rumble spots, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they have more likely to get a late spot.
Yeah, just something like that, just some sort of incentive, as opposed to, you want to represent whatever show you're on. It's like, oh.
Yeah, so you got to stay. Or I saw JD from New York put on Twitter, have the winning teams get put in like a TLC match at TLC or ladder match, whatever, the winner gets a world title match at the Rumble.
Yeah. Shit, yeah, that works. Have the winning team fight each other at the next pay-per-view, and the winner of that match gets a title shot or something, yeah?
I the survivors, though. I the survivors. You don't want Otis to get eliminated 10 seconds and he gets awarded with a number one contenders match.
What's wrong with Otis getting a number one contenders match?
No, I mean, like, if he gets eliminated in 10 seconds, there's other stuff wrong with that, but
yeah,
anyway.
it's a decent idea, though.
And we got 7 matches and a segment on the show announced. And let's get right into it with the pre-show. A dual brand battle royal. No participants have been announced. But you can probably
lazy
guess the people that have been in it, like Murphy, Rey Mysterio, Dominic, Big E, people like that. The Hurt Business, probably some members of Retribution. Ziggler, Rude.
Big E train.
You gone Big E?
Big E train.
I'm going Big E as well.
Yeah, I've got Big E as well. It's like a logical guy, really, isn't it? Apart from people like Daniel Bryan or Murphy, since he got a big win on SmackDown. But Joe loved that, by the way.
Speaking of Big E, speaking of this, did you see SmackDown where
they got beat up and Big E stayed backstage?
That and Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce chooses Otis over Big E. What the frick's that all about?
And Daniel Bryan.
Oh, God. Ridiculous crap, man. What on
So
earth?
you've got Big E and Daniel Bryan in your roster, and you go Otis.
So he does have the power just to pick, but he also lets friggin' Natalia qualify again. It's like, what the
That's
fuck?
because they've got no one else in the roster.
Inconsistent storytelling. Ridiculous.
The other 2 women on that show is Carmella and Sasha Banks. So
Ludicrous.
not much else they can do.
Ludicrous.
Anyway, let's go on to that match. The women's 5-on-5 elimination match. Team Raw featuring Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Lacey Evans, and Peyton Royce versus Team SmackDown, Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bayley, and Natalia. Let's go, Nick. Who have you got and why?
I'll get to the winner eventually, but I think we will see Lana turn on Raw and help Team SmackDown put Jax through a table. I would pop for that. But I will obviously go Team Raw to win it eventually. I think Baszler's going to boss it. I think Baszler will be the last one standing.
Fair enough. Ryan, who you got?
I don't think that's going to happen. I think even though they had Baszler dominating the Rumble this year, was it?
Yeah,
eliminating an Elimination Chamber. But they've had her doing absolutely nothing else this year apart from winning those titles. One tag title. So I think she's going out first, if anything, in minutes, something ridiculous like that. And the last two standing will be the Riot Squad.
Ooh, so you got Team SmackDown.
Yeah. Or whatever their name is. The Riot Girls or whatever they are. They're going to be the last two.
I've got Team Raw. And my sole survivor is going to be Lana. I can see how this is going to go. Nia Jax and Shane will get eliminated. See Lana's still there. Put her through the announce table. And she'll be out there until, I don't know, I say Bailey or someone's last woman left for SmackDown. She goes, be cocky. Then Lana rolls her up for the win.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
They got to make this table thing pay off, don't they?
Yeah, they need some sort of payoff for putting Lana through it for 8 weeks consecutive.
It's going to happen again at Survivor Series, but I think it's going to mean Team Raw win.
I just want to see Jack through the table.
That could happen as well. I'm not falling that out. Anyway, next one. The first champion versus champion match as Bobby Lashley, the United States champion, faces Sami Zayn as the Intercontinental champion. I think this is probably the easiest match to predict on the show.
I want Zayn to win it, but he's not gonna. He's gonna get demolished in about 2 minutes with the full Nelson Lashley hurt lock job thing, whatever they want to call it. Yeah, they got his job Zayn out. Something got in 2 minutes or something crazy.
It'll be about 5 minutes. I think Lashley's going to win.
For the record, though, Zayn should win.
Lashley for me as well. Lashley's just going to destroy Zayn.
I'll love it if Sami wins.
I
can't see it happening. So
if Sami won, yeah,
it would
be my favourite pay-per-view of the year already.
So at the moment, I think one's 2-0 SmackDown, and we're 1-2-1 Raw.
1-0 for me, 1-0 for Palmer.
Yes, yeah. So you got Big E for SmackDown. And I got Raw Women and Lashley. So that's 2-1 Raw for me. Anyway, up next, Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day, face off against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, which I think has a chance to steal the show. I'm looking forward to this.
This should actually ban. This should have.
Yeah, I think this is tough to call as well.
It depends if they do it right or not. New Day should kind of pass
a banger of a match. Again, I'm going to go with SmackDown. Oddly enough, I think Nick can afford a loss.
Yeah, New Day can't afford to lose. Yeah, I'm going to go Street Profits as well, make it tied 2-2.
Yeah, Street Profits.
Nick, you got Street Profits as well?
If they do the right thing, New Day should pass it to the Profits, let them get the win, because, they need the rub. They just, like you said, they can take the loss, and it doesn't affect their kind of credentials. But, it would elevate Street Profits tenfold if they beat New Day.
Yeah, the New Day, they're always over. So, doesn't necessarily matter. Now we got Raw Women's Champion Asuka versus SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks. Again, quite hard to predict, I think.
Banksy for me.
I want to say Asuka, but I've done nothing with her since her feud with, oddly enough, Sasha Banks at SummerSlam. Done absolutely nothing.
I think it's gonna be Banksy because she's been on such a tear. She's been on such a push. I think she's got it. They're gonna push her.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'll you swayed me. I'll go Sasha Banks. Nick?
I'm going Asuka.
Going Asuka.
Just because of Banks's track record, or what they like to do her over on pay-per-views more often than not. So I'll go Asuka. She beat Bayley, ended the belt on SmackDown, so I think she's due a loss on a pay-per-view.
But plus, you got that thing of Carmella around as well.
Yes, yeah, Carmella will come out. Asuka will win, but it won't be a clean win. Carmella will cost Banks the match or something.
Now, the 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series match. Got Team War, AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Riddle versus Team SmackDown, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and Otis. I think this will be really good. I
think they're going for the. Sorry, go on.
I like the story they've told on Raw with how AJ's trying to get them all to coexist. It's been quite funny.
It's been awesome.
Matt Riddle making nicknames for all of them. Yeah, it's been a good laugh on Raw.
Loved AJ in this role as the captain, as the dad, basically, just trying to these ruly kids kind of thing. It's just like AJ's just sold it so well, like just the expressions when he's been on commentary. It's just I've loved AJ in this role.
Yeah, it's been really good. Haven't we done anything with the SmackDown men's team? Jey Uso just run around, Roman, Kevin Owens haven't seen really been around. Corbin just qualified, Seth's been with Mysterio and Murphy. And Otis has done stuff. So they haven't really much build for the SmackDown side, which makes you think they're going to win.
Do you think Gable is going to turn on Otis? Maybe
I don't think that'll happen just yet.
Right. I think Otis is going to be like the sole survivor of this. Ridiculous enough, just for I got a bizarre feeling they'll do something stupid like that.
Just to
I could sort of see it being Owens surviving.
Don't forget AJ's big friend on the outside.
Actually, wait, I'll just think what I got. So I got SmackDown. That's 2, 3, 2. I'm gonna go Team Raw. Yeah, I can see them finally coexisting, finally get the win. It might be down to maybe Keith Lee and Styles, and AJ thinks he's won the I don't know, but I think I'm gonna go Team Raw for this. Yeah, this could be a coin flip, but I think the story they had,
oddly enough,
Team War's had the story going in, and they want the payoff of it.
Yeah, I got Team.
All right, before we go to the main event, it's been a certain celebration on Survivor Series of 30 years of The Undertaker, who is set to have his farewell at Survivor Series. Now, what do you lot think is going to happen? Do you reckon this is going to be a normal farewell, he just bows out and leaves? Or do you reckon it will set up his last match at WrestleMania?
Set up his last match at WrestleMania.
Or he could get attacked and be put over. Whatever. So, Ryan, you think he's going to get attacked?
By somebody, yeah, I don't know who. I really hope it is.
Well, there's one guy that has issues with The Undertaker in the past.
And everyone wants the spooky guy to go against the spooky guy, so I don't want to see that.
So you don't want the Fiend?
I do not want that. No. Don't want that at all. So I think somebody, if it isn't just a straight farewell and he goes out maybe being as Booger Red or something like that, then it is going to be somebody coming out and challenging him for a match at Mania.
Yeah, it could be Randy Orton. I think it could be. Could be Orton.
That would make sense. It would make a lot of sense.
Could be the Fiend. I think the Fiend makes the most sense. Who else could it be? Could be Styles. That's the only three I can think of, really.
Orton, I'm hoping for then.
I've not thought about Styles, but that would make good sense as in like a rematch from last year's.
Yeah.
And Styles goes over this time.
They sort of made a hint of it back at Money in the Bank when they're fighting the headquarters, and he opened the door and found the casket. He got all spooked out. Then Rey Mysterio locked him in the door, locked him in there.
Oh yeah.
Callback for that. So it's sort of hinted of it. Blair was just right back after WrestleMania, so
I don't think it should be on because I think he's getting to the end of his, obviously in a couple of years, his career. But obviously we've talked about it before, where I'm of the logic where it's these sort of the old schools. When somebody's retiring, they need to lose the last match to give the rub to the guy that they're fighting to carry on, and sort of for the sake of the business kind of thing. It's like Austin did it with The Rock. So yeah, I think Styles, or saying that Styles is coming to the end, his end as well. So yeah, Styles or Fiend for me. Not just because it's spooky guy gets spooky guy. It's just based on Bray's history. Taker's one of the last few guys he's still got beef with. That's done Bray over. That the Fiend would want retribution for.
It makes the most sense.
You're tying up loose ends from a few years ago with
and the Fiend's last Mania match was against Cena, where he got done over by Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think it makes most sense for the Fiend. Easily the Fiend.
And it's not just, like I say, I know you've got issues with it, dude. It's not just because it's spooky guy gets spooky guy. It's just the logical booking for me because of the history.
Yeah. Fair enough. I completely understand that now, and because you have that Bray taking out people that have screwed him over before, element going into it. So yeah, I'd say it probably is going to be the Fiend. Again, I don't want to see it, but I think it is going to be that. In that instance, you kind of swayed us there. So yeah, the Fiend comes out, chokes out Taker, sets up a Mania match.
But let's be honest though, if it ends up being the Fiend beats The Undertaker in his last match, will any of us really complain?
No.
I will. I'll complain. I always complain.
What about this?
I'm holding out for that cinematic match between him and Sting.
Oh shit!
Could be Sting comes out.
I would love it if it was Sting. I would love it. Love it.
I'd have them to have a boneyard match at Mania for the last time. And they both.
Everybody goes on about the rage, but you do the cinema match. Those guys absolutely smash it. I would still be pumped for Sting taking done in that style.
That would absolutely work. That would totally work.
So imagine also the Fiend and Undertaker in the Firefly Funhouse match like we saw last year's Mania. Because the Firefly Funhouse match is one of my favourite things this year.
It kind of worked with Cena though, because he's
got a lot of
legitimate beef with Cena. I don't know if a Firefly Funhouse would work with Taker. You never know. They make chicken salad out of chicken shit. So
yeah,
more often than not, I guess.
It could be boneyard for Fiend Taker, and Fiend finally buries the Undertaker for him to rest in peace.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
there's a few options. But yeah, Fiend or Sting for me, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it'd be the Fiend.
Oh, can you imagine if Sting came out tonight though? Imagine the pop.
That'd be
Sting needs to win WrestleMania debacle.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if he's next up for it. He's quite old as well, so
he definitely needs another go around though somehow. So if his neck isn't that up to it, then a cinematic match between him and Taker.
Yeah, cinematic that's good work.
But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there?
Yeah, I've got Fiend. I think Alexa Bliss might come out and say he's here or whatever. It might come out the Firefly Funhouse. Bray goes, "You've been a bad boy. You've been very mean, but we forgive." But he doesn't. Fiend comes out, Mandible Claw. end the segment. So it'll be Undertaker's second final farewell.
Yeah.
The final farewell.
Yeah, it should have been at WrestleMania 33.
Yes, it should have been. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, spent probably that's one of my things to spoke about the most at the moment. As we head into our last match, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre faces off against Universal Champion Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. And I cannot wait for this match. I'm most looking forward to.
It'll be better than the match they had previously, I think, together.
Yeah.
That match was like a nothing match.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
This would be a lot better, and with a possible weird outcome as well. I'm sure we'll all get to at some stage.
Yeah, it will be brought up.
Yes, it will be.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match.
I think Roman will go over in this one.
Yeah.
SmackDown win overall, I think.
Yeah. Then, what I'm hoping is if there is a cash in, which is the elephant in the room, is that they're both down. Somehow, maybe Roman goes for a spear, gets hit with a claymore instead, but somehow that ends up with them both being down. Then Miz comes in, cashes in, goes for the pin on Roman. Roman kicks out at 2, but does that kick out where he does the low blow and just completely decimates Miz, pins Miz to retain his title and win the match. And Miz
one way they could do it, or another way they could do it, is there's two ways. Either Reigns just beats McIntyre, then absolutely kicks the shit out of him afterwards, and as he's walking around the ramp, music, and also have the copyright thing come up as well. I think shows it. Then you see also Miz comes out, cash in and beats Drew. That could happen.
For like a 6-day reign. That's just horrendous, though, man.
Yeah, it is. But remember, Kane's first title run was only a day.
Fair enough.
They made Rey Mysterio drop the title the same night to Cena.
Fucking hell. I forgot about that shit.
Jinder Mahal hold the title for 7 months. Worst things has happened to that title.
They really don't care about that title, do they?
I wouldn't
it's really strange.
agree with it, but wouldn't be surprised. They could do that. But it's 10 years to the day since Miz last cashed in Money in the Bank and won the title in the same building as well.
Good job, new stars, by the way. You know, you still got the same guy 10 years later cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase. No, I like Palmer's theory. I've not thought about that. You have the Miz take the pinfall. It protects Drew. It keeps Drew looking. He doesn't take a loss. Miz takes the loss, and it's like,
What about it? Or another way they can do it is Drew wins, Reigns beats the shit out of him, then do the same thing with Miz coming out. I think if they're going to do a way to do that, that'll be it.
They need both guys to come out of it looking strong. That's probably they built Drew so much up on Raw, but obviously Reigns is the tribal chief. Hail Reigns, it's just one of them can't. That's why I figured they put the belt on Orton, because Orton could have taken the loss to Reigns.
Yeah,
but Drew can't. I think obviously unless they do it where they book him strong,
just like, or maybe like have him make sure McIntyre can't physically continue. Reigns is just kicking the piss out of him.
Yeah.
One way they could do it.
I like the Miz taking the fall. That's
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. that's
where they do that though. Yeah, but we could come out of Survivor Series with a new WWE champion. It is really possible.
I like Drew and I like Reigns as champs. So both those guys have smashed it this year as champion.
Yeah.
They're producing the best work they've ever done.
Yeah, I agree. Shame to see it end like, especially Drew with 6 days. But there's been worse things to happen to that belt, so.
No, they can't because he's got to go after Sheamus. Sheamus has got to get his another sort of little title challenge. You know, they're going to feed Sheamus to Drew. You know, so that's another sort of defense of the belt.
But Drew can win it back the next pay-per-view, though.
True. Oh, hell, we'll win it back next tomorrow night on Raw.
Exactly. So it doesn't have to. Miz doesn't have to have a long reign.
It's 24 hours.
No, I think they'll do it to the pay-per-view. So maybe Morrison costs Miz in a TLC match or something and push him off a ladder.
The fact that we can't call it, though, is a good thing. You know what I mean? At least we're going into pay-per-view, and it's kind of like it's all up in the air. It's not predictable. It's like, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. They've got options. They've got options.
Yeah, they do have options indeed. And I think we need to explain a certain bet that we got in the the guys at Hardcam podcast with Mr. Ryan Palmer.
Uh-oh.
So the bet is, because as we all know, Palmer is a massive fan of The Miz. Can't stop loving him. Isn't that right, mate?
Yep.
He loved The Miz.
Joking, he absolutely despises him.
So the bet is freaking 100% hate.
The bet is, if Miz at all cashes in the Money Bank briefcase, he will choose a pay-per-view for us other four guys to review. And it'll probably be a stinker. Like a Dismember to Dismember or Bash at the Beach 2000 or Great American Bash 2004 type pay-per-view.
If he cashes in and he fails.
Yeah. But if Miz cashes in and wins, Ryan will host a special podcast called the Miz Appreciation Podcast, where we will talk about probably Miz's best work, like best promos, best matches, and Ryan cannot say a bad word about it.
That wasn't the bet. That would be a very short podcast. It'll be about 5 minutes long.
Oh, I bet all of us can probably fit some stuff in it, make it a good half hour or so.
It'll just be talking smack. We'll just go over that promo and that'll be it. Job's done.
No,
that's all he has is talking smack.
No, he doesn't.
I'm on Palmer's side there, by the way.
Against it, he has other good bits as well.
The bet was that I'd appear on a Miz Appreciation podcast, and I didn't actually have to say anything nice or appreciative. So there, I'll just stay in silent.
But I can think of some good Miz moments. His whole Intercontinental title in 2016 was brilliant. His feud with Dolph Ziggler. Him and Dolph Ziggler put on really good matches. Who would have thought that in 2016?
Maybe.
The Miz Taraj was good. I thought he had a really good match with Seth Rollins at Backlash and a good match with WrestleMania Rollins and Balor.
His stuff with Mizdow was alright. Okay.
Yeah, he got stuff in Mizdow.
But it's not like Hall of Fame worthy kind of shit like people are banging on about. He's not that good. He's not flipping. He's not the second coming of Ric Flair. He's not. He's just terrible. It'd be unbelievable. I don't want to get into a rant, but I'll probably end up getting into a rant. So I'm just I'll take the bet. I've taken the bet, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna go in my favour. So
you hope.
I'll put you all in hard times. Hard times, baby.
Oh, dear. No, I can't be asked what the Bash Beats 2000. I might have to watch December to Dismember next month anyway.
No.
He is an 8-time Intercontinental Champion. So there's that.
He had to lose it 7 times, though.
Oh, but Jericho had to lose it 8 times. Or 9 times.
God. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Anyway, Ryan Palmer, where can we find you on your social medias?
Find me on Facebook. You can always see me posting my opinions on the Hard Cam podcast Facebook page and the Wrestling Group Facebook page, and even tweeting at Hard Cam podcast on Twitter, and my Twitter handle is @Yardy316.
Mr. Nick,
Also,
where can we find you?
At the pub, hopefully soon. On
wish.
social media, I'm generally always kicking around the Hard Cam Wrestling Podcast Facebook page as well. Or you can find me in the associated artwork page on the Hard Cam Facebook page. And on Twitter, it's just @PencilTree. Just hit me up on one of those. If you ever agree or disagree with anything that I'm saying, give me a shout and we shall discuss.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter @HardCamJames and on the Wrestling Group and the Hardcam Facebook podcast. You can also follow the Hardcam Wrestling Podcast on Twitter @Hardcam Podcast and follow us on Podbean as well. And we're starting to upload to YouTube now, finally.
woohoo.
So you can find us on YouTube at Hardcam Podcast. Yeah, that has been Survivor Series 2020. I'm actually quite looking forward to it. I think the matches will be good, at least. Might not make sense, but it'll be good.
Yeah, lower your expectations, and then when they bang something out good, your expectations have been exceeded. That's how I always go into it.
That's what I've been doing the whole pandemic era, and most of the time it's been pretty good viewing experience. So
that's the way you do it with WWE pay-per-views these days.
Yeah, you'll hear from us tomorrow for our top fives, which I think is actually the top 5 wrestling themed songs that are winning at the moment on the poll. So I'm going to spend all tomorrow listening to wrestling themes. It'd be great. So that's Sunday's show with all 5 of us.
I bet somebody picks Fozzy.
Might be on my list.
King Garen's here.
Yeah, I think Fozzy might be on my list.
I've got a lot to say about that as well.
And on Monday, you'll find us doing the Survivor Series 2020 review. I'm not sure who'll be on it yet. I might have to finish watching it during the podcast, but I should be there. Will you two be on that podcast?
I'll be on it. I would have watched it by 12 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And then I'll have to somehow take notes at the same time, but I would have watched it by then.
Yeah. Nick, will you be on that podcast Monday?
I will not be. I will be doing daddy stuff, unfortunately. So, but yeah, so I won't be there. So you'll probably hear from me later on in the week at some point.
Okay, but on Tuesday, I have a new series.
Yes.
Me and Nick will be reviewing Survivor Series 1990 as obviously Survivor Series weekend and The Undertaker's debut show, which I'm looking forward to bringing up. I'm currently attempting to edit it at the moment.
Look at the size of them hammocks.
Look at the size of that hammock. Love Piper.
A classic.
Trust me, me and Nick talk about Hamhawk in quite good detail. I thought quite good with the show, Survivor Series 90, but you hear our thoughts on that on Tuesday when we upload it. Anyway, this has been James Richards, also Nick Twin Towers, and Ryan Palmer, and we'll see you all tomorrow for our top 5.
Bye.
Don't forget to follow us on Podbean, subscribe to YouTube, and we'll see you later.
Adios.
Bye.
Howdy. Ta-ra.